Yes, you can feel it. The quiet is loud, not because nothing is happening, because too much is happening and it's trapped behind a wall. You've been trying to interpret the silence like it's a simple answer, like it means no, like it means they don't care, like you should shut the door and swallow the entire story. But guess what? It's not like this. But what if the silence isn't the absence of emotion? What if the presence of emotion is just being managed? There is a type of quiet that comes from a lot of indifference, and then there's the quiet that comes from restraint. The kind where someone is holding themselves back, not moving forward, not moving away, just holding. And that kind of silence can feel personal because it lands on you like a rejection. It makes you question your worth. It makes you replay moments, examine your tone, your timing, your last message, your last look, your last everything. So let's put something down gently. This person pulling back doesn't mean you weren't important. Sometimes it means, especially in this moment, in this scenario, that you were too important for the version of them that's still afraid. So he's very scared. When he's scared, he feels something real. It isn't always romantic and glowing and confident. Sometimes it's destabilizing. Sometimes it's even threatening because it asks them to show up in a way they don't know how to do it. And silence is one of the oldest forms of control humans use, not always to punish someone, but to protect themselves. That's where we start, not with blame, but guys, with a lot of understanding. The truth is, many people do not withdraw when they feel nothing, they withdraw when they feel something that they can't really contain. They withdraw when they sense attachment forming and it scares them, when they are close to admitting, even to themselves, that you matter. They withdraw when the stakes feel higher than their emotional skills that they can handle. So the silence becomes a strategy, a way to reduce intensity, a way to avoid saying the wrong thing, a way to avoid feeling exposed. And you're left standing in the echo, trying to figure out if you imagined the connection only. But guess what? You didn't. Can you see? But connections don't only test love, they test nervous system, they test self-worth and how safe a person feels being seen. Some people learned early that being honest comes with consequences, that wanting someone makes you vulnerable, that closeness invites disappointment, so they became experts at a certain kind of self protection. They keep the feelings inside and manage the situation from distance, not because they are cold, but because they are genuinely feeling overwhelmed, actually, as well at the same time. So, this energy of feeling overwhelmed emotionally, when all they want is to be around you, but they're just feeling so scared, when someone like that meets you, someone who actually makes them feel something in them starts arguing within itself. One part says, go closer, this feels real. Another part says, don't, you'll lose control. So they pause, they hesitate, they go quiet. Not because you're unworthy, but because the connection is asking them to step into emotional adulthood and they are not sure they can do it. Now, here's what gets important. What is important? Your nervous system doesn't care about their inner conflict. Your heart just experiences absence. Silence creates a vacuum, and the mind hates a vacuum. It fills it with stories. They found maybe someone else. I'm not as attractive. I was too much. Then you start comparing yourself. I wasn't enough. I ruined it. I've shown. I could have done better. I've shown too much energy. But those stories are often the mind's attempt to just regain control. If you can solve the silence, you can stop feeling powerless. Yet, the deepest clarity comes when you stop treating silence as a misery to crack. And actually, guys, silence is okay, but you have to understand it and to not allow yourself to be affected by this person's silence. Yet the deepest clarity comes when you actually start and stop treating it as something really bad. So start treating it as information about how someone really regulates emotion, because many people don't process emotion by talking, they process emotion by retreating. So they need distance to find words, they need space to feel without being observed, they need time to decide what they can admit without pressure. And pressure is key. Someone can care about you deeply and still feel pressured, not by you, but by what caring implies. It implies responsibility, change. It implies that they can't keep living on autopilot. It implies that they might have to stop hiding. So, in their inner world, it can sound like this: if I message them, it becomes real. If I admit I miss them, I lose leverage. If I get close, I will disappoint them. If they see the messy parts of me, then they're gonna leave. If I start this, I won't know how to end it without pain. That's not romance, guys. That's just fear of actually opening up. They're trying to wear a mask. Yes, this person does have feelings for you, but they don't know how to carry those feelings. And fear doesn't always look like panic. Sometimes fear looks like composure, looks like calm silence, like someone who can't quite bring themselves to just press send. And oh, yeah, this person remembers you, not in a dramatic way, in flashes, in small triggers, a place, a song, a phrase you used, something that reminds them of how they felt when they were with you. And that reminder creates a problem for them, because if they miss you, because they do, they have to control why they left space in the first place. They care, so they have to confront why they couldn't show it consistently. They return in their energy, they want to come back, but then they have to return as someone different, someone more honest, more accountable, more emotionally present. And they don't know if they can sustain that, so they choose the safest thing, the pause. But the pause can look like nothing, but internally, it can be very, very heavy. This person is thinking about what to say to you as well. They're feeling guilty and not trusting themselves to handle your reaction. And they're feeling afraid of being seen as inconsistent, so they wait until they can show up perfectly, which never arrived until now. But I feel they are going to cross this boundary, they're going to cross this bridge, and you're going to put yourself in a position where you will connect with this person. I see they're willing to come forward. Your job is not to sit in any kind of emotional limbo, obviously. So I'm sensing that you can hold a lot of compassion for them, because this person is definitely not really feeling perfect around their energy. So I'm sensing how much compassion you have for them. Try to nurture that. Here's the hard truth: someone can be emotionally conflicted and still be emotionally unavailable. Feelings are not the same as capacity. And that's why the silence hurts, because you can sense there's something there, there is potential, but you can't build a life on something that only exists in their chest. So take a breath here, not because you need to calm down for them or for their energy, but because you need to come back to yourself, my friend. If you've been measuring your worth by their response time, by their consistency, by their ability to show up, you've been living in a mirror that actually distorts you. So this person's silence is not your verdict, it's the coping style, their coping energy. And you don't have to hate them to stop waiting. Now, I see them returning, I see them wanting to reach out, and the most important thing isn't the message, it's actually managing to sort out this issue, this pattern they have. I feel this person starting to show up with a lot of honesty, with a lot of calmness. I'm sensing them finally willing to break these patterns and to give you that reassurance that you need and they need as well. This connection is definitely meant to happen. I'm sensing this is a soulmate and also a twin flame connection. This energy is extremely powerful. It's something completely on another level, and I'm really sensing that you are capable of taking this on a serious, long-term, committed journey where you are both doing what you are meant for, like to come and meet up in this life and to do healing. You're meant to heal, not to force yourself, not to feel stressed about this. You need to believe that this is not just in your head. You feel this way because the karmic connection is there and it's still happening. So I'll see you in the next video, guys.